Probably the only time I've actually ever found clowns funny.
Pain has a face. Allow me to show it to you.
What up, everybody? I'm Eric Harrison. Say hello to your mom for me. Today on the show, we're going to be talking about one of my favorite B movies from the 80s. Goddamn, it's Killer Klowns from Outer Space from 1988.
It was a night like any other night. Then something happened.
You see that?
Something different.
It's no shooting star.
Why here? Why now? Why clowns?
Uh-oh.
They want to play games? They're messing with the wrong guy.
What are you in for?
Killer Klowns from Outer Space. It's crazy.
So Killer Klowns came out in 1988, and it was directed by the Chiodo Brothers, who also did some work on other movies like Critters. They did some effects work on Critters and other movies that you probably have seen. Alright, so the plot of Killer Klowns from Outer Space, well, I mean, it's pretty much just about killer clowns from outer space. Pretty straightforward. I mean, that's a title that tells you what you're going to watch. And it delivers. Now, seriously, the plot is kind of structured similar to the original The Blob, in which there's some people, hanging out at a makeout point. They're getting it, they're macking, they're getting it on up there. And then they see a meteor. They decide, let's go fucking follow the meteor and find out what it was. And some old man and his dog sees the meteor also, and they get there before the couple arrive, and the fucking clowns just get him and his dog. Oh, his poor little doggy. But anyway, so they show up and they find like a circus tent, and they're like, what the fuck is this doing out in the middle of nowhere? So they go inside, they're looking around. It seems like it might be a circus tent, but everything looks a little weird and kooky. They go into a room where they find like all these cotton candy like bundles just hanging, and then they find out the frightening truth behind this scary circus. Then they go back to town. They're trying to warn people, trying to warn the cops. The cops don't believe them. You got this asshole dickhead of a fucking cop. One of those characters in a movie where I just get so fucking frustrated. He's one of those guys that won't believe anybody. He's just a dick, and he doesn't want to care about anything. He doesn't want to believe anything anybody says. He's just a jerk. Pisses me off. But he gets what's coming to him.
For me?
The movie's pretty fucking funny because it really takes off once the clowns get into town and start wreaking havoc. Then the movie becomes a series of clown and circus related bits and jokes and gags. It's really funny. You see them, they're doing the puppet show, and then they kill some guy. They're doing the balloon dog. They got the balloon animals, and he's like a little bloodhound trying to pick up the scent. It's fucking hilarious, dude. It's so fucking funny. And of course it goes all the way up to, getting pied to death. And who ever would have thought I'd see a movie where somebody fucking gets pied to death by killer clowns from outer space. This movie is off the fucking wall. I'm so glad that the Chiodo Brothers made this movie. Apparently what happened was, they were just sitting around talking, and they're like, what would be the craziest thing that you could see, like, driving on the road next to you? And so somebody said, yeah, if you were driving and you looked over, and there was a fucking evil-looking clown staring at you in another car. So that started this movie. That's what got them rolling, and they're like, hey, let's make the fucking crazy-ass Killer Klowns from Outer Space movie. And then that scene is in the movie, and it's one of my favorite scenes in the movie, actually, when they show a clown driving an invisible car and drive some guy off the road. But anyway, what's going on is these clowns, I guess they're aliens, right? They're from another planet. It's not explained, and it doesn't fucking need to be, and that is what's great about this movie, and the way it doesn't take itself seriously. Obviously it doesn't. But it doesn't need to, and it knows it doesn't need to. We don't need to explain everything. There's a scene towards the end where the characters talk about, well, what is going on? Why clowns? Why do they look like clowns? Are they aliens? Where are they from?
Maybe they're from a dying planet. Maybe their son pooped out and they need a new place to live. Maybe they're using this for experiments to dissect and study.
The characters talk about it a little bit, but no answers are given and none are fucking needed. It's just insanity. Killer Klowns from outer space, that's all you need to know. But they show up, and I guess what they're doing is they cocoon people in the cotton candy, and they suck the nourishment, the blood and guts out through a crazy straw, and that's how they eat. So that's what they're here for. They came to Earth to harvest people to eat. I want to say, and this, I know this sounds cliche, but it's not, I'm not just saying it because I don't know, whatever. I have never particularly liked clowns. I really always found them to be fucking creepy.
What's the matter, kid? Don't you like clowns? Why? Don't we make you laugh? Aren't we fucking funny?
Something just seems wrong about it to me. So I'll have to be on that bandwagon of peeps that thinks clowns are fucking creepy. But you know what? So it makes sense that you could make a horror movie, well, sort of horror. It's more of a parody or a spoof. It's kind of actually more of a comedy, but it's got horror elements. So it kind of makes sense that you could make a movie about clowns and make it scary. Killer Klowns. So that makes sense. But honestly, I love these fucking guys. These guys are so hilarious. They look funny as shit. Just looking at them, just look at their faces. They're so hilarious. It cracks me up. I want to say that the costumes are fucking great. So great. They look so badass. I love the designs. I want to say the effects in this movie are so fucking awesome. Practical all the way. Some obstacles in there, but you got to mix it up and make it look good. All right, so by the climax of the movie, after you've seen the clowns wreaking havoc over town, and then they basically, I don't know, captured almost the whole town, I guess. Then the climax, they go to a boardwalk, like on the beach, like a beachfront boardwalk amusement park, which, by the way, was the exact same location used for the Lost Boys. So that's cool. That's always cool. But by the time it gets to this point in the movie, it just becomes like a live-action cartoon. You really get to go inside the big top / UFO spaceship, and it's just like, it really does become like a live-action cartoon. But they had, it's just like, it's so fucking funny. I love this movie so much. In fact, literally when I watched it the other day to do this review, I was bummed out. I was having a bad day. Shit wasn't going good. I fucking put this movie on. I was like, I gotta review it. It cheered me up so much. Even just talking about it right now, I'm just like, God, I fucking love this movie. And I don't even like clowns. But I think these are the best clowns ever. Even if they're gonna kill me, whatever, they can kill me and fucking drink my blood. I don't give a shit. These are cool ass clowns. Alright. What else is there to say? Well, of course, we cannot end this review without mentioning the theme song, specifically written and performed for this movie by the Dickies, called Killer Klowns from Outer Space. They do that guitar riff of, it's kind of like an ape on the traditional circus tune, but they use an electric guitar, get a little fucking harder riff going on. The video's fucking stupid and crazy and perfectly cheesy, so check that out. The song is badass. It's what opens the movie. I really like it a lot. We probably should wrap this up. I can go on and on. I can go on and fucking on. Anything else to say real quick? Yes, one more fucking thing before we wrap it up. Now, when they made this movie, the Chiodo Brothers, they kind of assumed it would be a franchise, and that they would be making a lot of them. And I guess it just didn't fucking happen. It took a while for this movie to find its audience. I mean, when it came out, it was obvious right away. People were like, this is something very strange and unique and special, but it did take a little while for Killer Klowns to find its audience. But now they're really trying to get that sequel going, even all these fucking years later, a long ass time later, but they're trying, and it's going to be called, I guess so far the working title is Return of the Killer Klowns in 3D. I'm all fucking in. And I'm not a big 3D guy, but fucking if I can see me some Killer Klowns action in 3D, yep, I'm down. Count me in. So please, Chiodo Brothers, please make that happen, because I would like to see another Killer Klowns movie before I die. Let's rate it. Rate this sucker. What do you think I'm going to give it? I'm going to give it a 4.5, actually. I'm giving that sucker a 4.5 out of 5. Such a fucking fun movie. It's just fun and silly. Yeah, I love it, because I'm fun and silly. So it's a perfect match. Check it out, guys. If you've never seen it, check that shit out.
Killer Klowns from outer space. Holy shit.
See, I got this by the anyway.